Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Due to a dearth of potential storylines, the network may be thinking of canceling Sister Wives after season 19. Over the years, I've watched a lot of reality TV shows, but Sister Wives is one of the greatest. Compared to shows that highlight monogamous couples, the show's concept, which centers on polygamy, has proven to be more captivating and interesting. Since each cast member has been a key part of the show from the start, very few reality TV series have included a family as large as Kody's, with 4 spouses and 18 kids. I've watched Sister Wives cast members go through a number of shifts and metamorphoses over the years. As Kody neglected his first 3 wives and other family members, he became deeply in love with Robyn Brown, his 4th wife. Additionally, I saw Christine Brown, Janelle, and Mary Brown acquire the self-assurance to end their polygamous partnerships with Kody and follow their own goals. Since everyone in the Brown family has moved on with their lives, I think the past 3 years have been crucial. Each of them has started a new life apart from the others. I believe the network may decide not to renew Sister Wives for a number of good reasons, the most obvious of which is the show's dismal season 19 reaction. Because of the lively characters and captivating plots of the ensemble, the show has been engaging viewers for almost 15 years. Regretfully, the most recent season wasn't as entertaining as earlier ones. With everyone in the cast preoccupied with their own problems, it seemed pointless. The family-friendly program Sister Wives has changed throughout the years. Documenting the aftermath of Garrison Brown's death, which was the season's high point, was the most important aspect of the season. The scenes where Janelle and Kody's son were involved felt real and grounded. But the drama of Kody's breakup with Christine, Janelle, and Mary didn't seem necessary. Additionally, scenes with Kody and Robyn seemed overdone and uninteresting. I've heard a lot of fans complain about Sister Wives season 19's perceived tedium over the past 4 months. Some have even gone so far as to label it the worst season ever because of its overwhelming length and unclear goal. This isn't what initially attracted viewers to the show, but I think they are happy in their monogamous relationship right now, which is a good thing. Kody's multiple marriages have always been a major theme of Sister Wives, but after Mary, Janelle, and Christine left him, the program has lost focus and direction. Robyn and Kody have talked about continuing to be polygamous, but they haven't decided, which shows that they aren't interested. I think that by prolonging their plot, Kody and Robyn have been boring a lot of followers. They argued over it, first stating that they wanted polygamy, then denying it, and then bringing it up again. At one point, Robyn expressed interest in several marriages, but she had a peculiar need that Kody could never meet. "I would be interested in living plural marriage again," Robyn said, but she also urged Kody to ensure that it would work out. She clarified that having sister wives and a multiple family is the reason she doesn't want to experience any more trauma. I've seen the network discontinue and cancel a lot of its long-running programs throughout the years in favor of better, more recent ones. The Family Chantel, which ran for almost 5 years, is one particular example. The program chronicled the married lives of Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno, a couple from the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. After Pedro and Chantel parted ways in 2022, Pedro filed for divorce. The program was ended a year later, and a new spin-off took its place. I firmly believe that Sister Wives will soon be replaced by another program. Despite being broadcast for almost 15 years, the show seems to be running out of material. Similar to Sister Wives, but with real polygamous marriages, TLC has launched a new polygamy-focused program called Polyfamily. Kody no longer leads a polygamous lifestyle after divorcing Mary, Janelle, and Christine. As a result, I believe the network will probably terminate his contract shortly and terminate the show. It would be difficult for the network to develop a cohesive plot that ties together each family member's tale because they have all moved on and are now living in separate places. I believe the producers might decide to record a last chapter of Sister Wives with Mary, Janelle, and Christine in 3 or 4 episodes, as they have done with other shows. To wrap up their on-screen adventures, each cast member might receive a single episode. Mary and her new life as a businessman would likely be the main topic of the first episode. Her changing connection with her former sister wives and her most recent romantic interest may be explored on the show. Episodes 2 and 3 may cover Janelle and Christine's latest endeavors, Christine's rental business, and Janelle's agricultural expansion. Kody and Robyn's choice to completely abandon polygamy, accept their past, and adopt a monogamous lifestyle is probably going to be the main focus of the last episode. Hopefully, Kody will continue to stay in touch with his older children and extended family at the end of Sister Wives. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, has received a lot of flack for showing preference for Robyn. Most people agree that it was the primary cause of Christine, Mary, and Janelle's departure from him. Many people have questioned Kody's lack of effort for his children with his ex-wives, in addition to his love for Robyn. Following the most recent tell-all teaser, in which he acknowledges that he does not love his children equally, some fans are also criticizing him. To see the discussion, continue reading. What can we expect from Sister Wives? The tell-all. A new teaser for Sister Wives Season 19's tell-all section was just made public by TLC. Intense moments involving Kody, Robyn, Christine, Mary, and Janelle are included. The Browns reflect on where they've been and where they go from here. The network captioned the video. "I never loved them," Kody remarked in one of the video, followed by a footage of Christine admitting that was a lie. Additionally, Mary and Janelle started to criticize Kody and Robyn's unjust relationship. Mary frustratingly told Sakanya that they all had to be Robyn simply to be treated equally. In addition to his ex-wives, other fans are criticizing Kody for allegedly acknowledging that his affection for the children was never equal. Kody claims that he does not love his children equally. On social media, some Sister Wives fans respond to the latest teaser for the tell-all, which shows Kody defending his position after receiving backlash for his love for Robyn. Sakanya informed Kody that since he practices polygamy, he should love and treat everyone with the same respect. This applies to his children as well as his wives. Kody, however, vehemently disagreed and gave an example of how various people will adore children. Some fans took this to mean that Kody would never love his children as much as he loves his ex-wives. Is he genuinely implying that his affection for his children is not equal? Even though every child is unique and you may have different points of connection, love remains the same. Whenever he speaks, I find myself holding my breath out of embarrassment. I get anxious around him. I get sick just looking at Kody and hearing his voice. His attitude has worked on Suki in the past, but I believe she's either more repulsed by him or has been told to be tougher in his interviews. Perhaps both. It makes sense why his children avoid him. After witnessing this, I've also stopped talking to him, even though I've never spoken to him before. Every time I believe that Kody can't be any worse, a new video appears to show me how incorrect I was. The fact that he believes it's acceptable to rage at Suki and vent his repressed anger on her every tell-all further annoys me. Sister Wives, the current relationship between Kody Brown and his children. Today, the majority of the Brown children don't discuss or even mention their father. Michael D. did, however, earlier disclose in a live stream that her father had been estranging his older children and that this situation had gotten worse after Garrison's death. During Garrison's funeral and burial, which was also shown in the finale, Kody got back together with his ex-wives and kids. When Kody was putting Garrison in his grave, several Sister Wives viewers saw that he seemed to ignore Logan, which seemed to be a sign that he has been dumping his older children. An inside peek at Garrison Brown's heartfelt memorial service after his untimely death was just provided by Sister Wives. On March 5, 2024, at the age of just 25, Garrison, the third youngest child of Kody and Janelle Brown, took his own life after a protracted struggle with anxiety and melancholy. The entire clan gathered together to commemorate Garrison's life and bury him, despite the turbulent dynamics within the Brown family after his divorces from Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown. One particular moment stuck out among all the tears and grief. Even before they left their multiple marriages, Christine and Janelle had a strong bond. The former Sister Wives have supported one another over the years, and their relationship has only grown closer since they split from the patriarch of the Brown family. Their relationship is based on trust and respect for one another, which was demonstrated when Christine supported Janelle throughout her son's death. Christine's empathy for Janelle after her breakdown served as a potent reminder of the reality star's own emotional development. Before Garrison's funeral, the family got together in Wyoming, and Christine and Janelle's families went fishing to spend time together. David Woolley, Christine's husband, was also there to help his wife get through this trying moment. Janelle and Christine start talking about Garrison while the other of their children are preoccupied. Janelle lost it all at that point. In a confessional, Christine said to the cameras, "In my 30 years of knowing Janelle, I've only seen her cry a few times." Janelle talked candidly about how she never knows when the sadness will strike and how it comes in waves. Christine discreetly supported Janelle while she processed her feelings during episode 25 when she was overcome with emotion. She let her buddy scream it all out instead of rushing in to give her a hug or soothe her with meaningless words. Christine admitted that although she and Garrison shared a unique kinship, Janelle was ultimately his biological mother. Although the incident lasted only a minute or two, it was a potent demonstration of Christine's emotional maturity and demonstrated that sometimes the greatest approach to help someone is to just give them space without attempting to change the circumstances. Christine also took the time to stress how important it is to honor Janelle's grief. She continued by saying, "It's different for Janelle," to remind the audience that although they both experience grief, a mother's love with her child is unmatched. All of Kody's wives were frequently viewed as interchangeable moms to all of the children in the context of his polygamous lifestyles. In this sense, motherhood was the most significant component of their identities. Christine, however, altered that narrative by providing Janelle with her unspoken support, demonstrating the significance of recognizing their unique suffering and experiences. It is evident how much Christine has improved herself that she let Janelle to have her time without making it about herself. In their marriages with Kody, the former sister wives were nearly always placed against one another, despite their friendship. Christine undoubtedly attempted to be the center of attention at times in their poly-family dynamic. But it appears that her friendship with Woolley has changed her viewpoint. The fact that Janelle and Christine don't have to compete for Kody's attention has, for one thing, improved their relationship. Christine has also discovered emotional stability and a companion who encourages her development in her marriage to Woolley. She has clearly been able to concentrate more on being there for each other and less on looking for approval thanks to her husband's support. In addition, Woolley has personally experienced the loss of a loved one to suicide. Woolley considered the passing of his first wife in the May 11, 2025, Sister Wives episode. The reality star admitted to his kids that one of the most difficult times in his life was when their mother passed away. Woolley clearly understands the complicated, enduring sadness that one goes through because he has experienced such a loss himself. The TLC personality acknowledged that he struggled with remorse and that he spent a long time blaming himself for his wife's suicide. Woolley continued by saying that although he didn't know Garrison well, he understood the grief the whole family was experiencing following his death. After nearly 2 decades of chaos, controversy, heartbreak, and headline-making moments, Sister Wives fans are waking up to a reality many saw coming but hoped wouldn't arrive so soon. Season 20 has been cancelled, and honestly, it makes sense. As emotional as it is to imagine the show disappearing after 19 seasons, it's also a move that reflects a natural conclusion to a story that has shifted far from its original premise. What started as a bold, taboo-shattering look at the inner workings of a plural marriage eventually evolved into a series that chronicled separation, disillusionment, financial strain, emotional trauma, and one man's slow, stunning downfall. Now, with the family fractured beyond repair, the wives pursuing independent lives, and the show's once intriguing premise turned into a cautionary tale, it's no surprise that TLC decided to pull the plug. The truth is, the Brown family dynamic that held viewers spellbound for years has been irrevocably altered, and it's not a polygamist family anymore. Not really. What remains are loose threads, lingering bitterness, and a growing number of former sister wives whose lives are now better lived off-camera. In the end, the cancellation of Sister Wives isn't just a business decision. It's a narrative conclusion that, while bittersweet, is actually overdue. Let's be honest, the cracks in the show's foundation have been visible for years. From Christine's dramatic departure and confessional bombshells, to Janelle's quiet but firm exit, to Mary's long, painful unraveling from Kody's affections, there's been a slow-motion collapse of what was once considered a functioning, polygamist unit. Robyn remains the only wife legally and emotionally tied to Kody, and many fans believe that their dynamic has become the show's most alienating factor. Viewers were drawn to sister wives to witness how plural marriage worked, not how one woman became the perceived favorite, while others were emotionally abandoned. As seasons progressed, Robyn's relationship with Kody became central, and not in a compelling way. It was repetitive, exclusionary, and, at times, tone-deaf. With Kody increasingly shown making decisions that alienated his children and ex-wives, the show morphed into a real-time unraveling of a spiritual empire he once proudly led. At some point, the audience had to ask, what are we watching anymore? This is no longer a story about a working polygamous family. It's a post-divorce docuseries about one man and his regrets. The cancellation makes even more sense when you consider how one-dimensional the recent seasons have become. Each episode started to feel like a therapy session that never ended. Instead of dynamic, multi-family activities or meaningful traditions, we were served scene after scene of separate couch interviews where bitterness reigned supreme. Christine explaining how unloved she felt. Janelle struggling with her finances and independence. Mary clinging to hope that Kody no longer reciprocated. Even Kody himself spent more time defending his choices than demonstrating growth. The show became heavy, emotionally draining, and less entertaining by the episode. While the heartbreak was real and raw, the storyline stalled. There was no longer a plural family unit. There were just estranged adults processing trauma in front of cameras. Eventually, TLC had to ask, how do you continue a show about sister wives when the sisterhood is completely dissolved? Ratings also tell a part of the story. Although the show had a resurgence during the seasons surrounding Christine's departure, largely due to fans rooting for her empowerment, the long-term viability of the series was threatened by redundancy. There were no new wives, no births, no marriages that involved the central brown kids. The joy, once a central thread of the series, slowly vanished. And while the real-life fallout made for gripping moments, it also came with diminishing returns. Viewers weren't watching to be inspired anymore. They were watching like spectators at a slow-motion train wreck. The emotional toll on the cast became apparent, and some fans started to feel complicit in a kind of prolonged public unraveling. The magic of Sister Wives was its early willingness to challenge cultural assumptions, provoke ethical debates, and showcase resilience in the face of opposition. But in recent years, it devolved into conflict-heavy reality TV that no longer reflected a cohesive family, but rather its emotional wreckage. Then there's the undeniable fact that the family dynamic has moved offline. Christine Brown is thriving with David Woolley and building a new brand. Janelle is living her truth, exploring health and self-sufficiency. Mary has finally shed the emotional deadweight of her non-marriage and is leaning into motivational work and self-love. These women are thriving, but not as sister wives. Their empowerment narratives have made them more interesting as individuals than as parts of a failed plural marriage. Why should they keep revisiting trauma on national television when they've already moved on emotionally, geographically, and spiritually? The show no longer serves them, and fans no longer want to see them stuck in the past. Canceling the series allows each of these women to fully transition into their next chapters, ones that don't require revisiting wounds for the sake of storylines. And Kody? He's no longer a protagonist. At best, he's a cautionary figure. At worst, he's become unrelatable to most viewers. His demand for loyalty while offering none. His spiritual posturing while neglecting the emotional needs of his wives and children. His financial decisions. His lack of remorse. All of these things have alienated the fanbase. His arc is complete, not redemptive, not hopeful, just final. Keeping the show alive would require either recentering on Kody and Robyn, which would alienate even more fans, or shifting entirely to the lives of his ex-wives, something better suited for spin-offs or solo ventures, not a show called Sister Wives. The title doesn't fit anymore. The mission no longer applies. TLC's choice to end it at season 19 respects the full circle of the narrative. Also, the cultural climate has changed. When Sister Wives premiered, polygamy was taboo and mysterious. The Browns were seen as bold, even brave, for stepping into the spotlight. But now, society has evolved, and the veil has been lifted. We know more. We've seen the real cost. What once seemed like a cohesive, if controversial, lifestyle choice has been publicly deconstructed into loneliness, favoritism, and emotional bankruptcy. Rather than normalizing polygamy, the show inadvertently revealed its most painful truths. And with no redemption arc left, no reconciliation on the horizon, and no new family dynamics to explore, Sister Wives has become a ghost of its original concept. The cancellation isn't a tragedy, it's a relief.